Hey, welcome back to the Sci-Fi Super Show, Season 2, Episode 1. Last episode was a pretty bad one, considering it was the last of Season 1, where I discussed my feelings towards Jurassic World. Even though I didn't really go into depth about it, it's still kind of there. I gave it my rating. Whatever. It's a new season, new year, new whatever. I'm joined today by my brother Alex Tudor from College Gamer, or as it now is known as Audacious Gamer.
Hello.
Is that it?
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, season 2 of Sci-Fi Super Show is going to be now on, what's it called?
Audacious
Gamer. I'm still kind of getting used to it.
And my original. It's going to be on both.
Right. It's going to be on Nick Stens, youtube.com/Nick Stens. But also, if you're listening to this on Audacious Gamer, it will be on here every Monday. I think it goes live at noon.
Odd game.
Yeah, and you'll also be able to find it on iTunes and SoundCloud as well.
All right, you got enough self-promotion there?
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying,
yeah,
so they know where to find your podcast.
I'm just making a joke. All right, so today, first episode special, it's all going to be about Star Wars.
Pretty much, yeah.
And more specifically, just Star Wars 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're going to be watching the new Instagram 7-second teaser for the movie, which I have not yet seen.
Yeah, we're going to play it audio first.
Mm-hmm.
But through the podcast, if you're listening to this or watching it on YouTube or something, you may be able to hear it. If not, go to Instagram and you'll be able to watch it there.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let it play the audio first once, and then I'm just going to mute it, and it's going to play over and over. And
okay.
So that way we can
we could still watch it.
Yeah.
And then it'll just go. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
You ready?
Let's get going.
All right.
There's been an awakening. Have you felt it?
And that's it.
Huh.
It's literally just the same Andy Serkis audio from the debut trailer and that footage, but then John Boyega with the blue lightsaber. So now I'm going to mute it, maybe.
That's not muting.
Oh, well. We're not going to...
All right.
Okay. But, so that's it. So that's what it is.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty cool.
Even for 7 seconds.
I mean, I kind of prefer almost that kind of stuff as opposed to them just releasing new trailers.
Like what they did for Jurassic World.
Right,
They had like 20 different TV spots coming out each day.
And
it was awful.
And it spoiled something new every single time.
It spoiled something every single time.
Right. Like, we're not going to talk about spoilers of Jurassic World.
No
I
way.
mean, so because it's too recent. It's not even out on Blu-ray yet.
Spoiler-free cast.
So we're not going to talk about that. However, I do like this.
This is good.
If they keep doing this where they just show like a quick second of like footage, but they don't really talk about what's going on in the plot.
Yes.
They don't give any because they don't need to.
Leave it all up to the viewer to see.
Yeah.
On firsthand.
Right. They don't even need to get they don't even need to talk about what's going on.
Although they did kind of spoil something with this a little bit.
How? Okay,
like where we saw Kylo Ren with his red lightsaber like we
Right.
saw in the first trailer. Yeah. But then we saw in the exact same area what's his name? The other guy?
Well, it's John Boyega, but I can never remember his
character name?
His character name.
Okay, well that guy.
Yeah.
He turned on the blue lightsaber, which they somehow found
Right.
from Cloud City.
Right.
And he has it and he's going to fight him.
Right. Well, as far as we know, I mean, it's kind of in the same idea. I mean, we know that it is Luke's lightsaber.
Yes.
Right? I mean, it's kind of obvious. I don't think they've outright said it is Luke's lightsaber.
It is. It's the exact same design.
But it's
blue.
Yeah, it's the exact same one. Who knows how they got it back?
I
mean, that's just a plot point they'll have to talk about.
Or it'll be a plot hole.
No, I don't think it'll be a plot hole. I mean, they highlight it too much, and I mean, it's kind of obvious. Like you can't.
Like it's a symbol for all the movies.
Right.
Is that lightsaber?
Right. So who knows? Who knows how it's going to go down? But I don't think they're really spoiling anything because I don't know if Kylo Ren and the John Boyega character are going to actually
fight.
I mean, who knows?
What, are they just gonna talk?
Personally, I think it might be one of those like in episode was it 5 or 6 where Luke had that like delusion or hallucination dream.
Oh, that was Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, in Dagobah where
he found Darth Vader and then he
cut off the head.
He cut off the head and it was his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was episode 5.
I almost
You're thinking that's what's gonna be?
I almost think it might be like that. Like it's kind of like a dream sequence because everything in that scene seemed very dark. Granted, it might just be the planet of Solist? Solist? It's that new planet that the Empire... Well, they're not known as the Empire anymore. They're known as, what, the New Order?
I think so.
I think that's what
the New Republic, I think. I don't know.
I think it's the New Order.
I have no idea what it is.
Hold on. I'm not going to look it up. But anyway, but I'm pretty sure it's the New Order. But that's where they build all of like their TIE fighters and their star cruisers and everything like that. But I think the planet's known as Sullust. And Sullust is like a snow planet, but it also has like a lot of magma and lava spew.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's in the Battlefront.
It's in Battlefront.
Trailer.
Yeah. But it's also in the movie. It's like all the snow places that you see in like that scene in the very beginning of this. Well, I'll let it play again. So if you play,
if you can hear this, then
right,
whatever.
So I think that's Sullust. But then that is also Sullust.
Yeah.
Where they assemble and everything, like the big army and everything assembles. I think that's also Sullust.
Now this looks a lot like the Soviet Union it's really weird.
Well, that's kind of what Star Wars went for anyway, right?
Yeah, but I mean before it was just Nazis in general as space troopers.
Well, Nazis aren't the Soviet Union.
I know, that's what I'm saying, that they're different now.
Right. I see
in
what
the original
you're saying.
trilogy, that's what they more were for. And now it's this.
Right. Well, this is also kind of like Nazi Germany, anyway.
Yeah.
Like Hitler getting in the rank and file of all the troops and everything.
Would you really
with the
say
red
Hitler
banners.
is Kylo Ren, though?
Well, Kylo Ren isn't the leader. Kylo Ren isn't even a Sith.
Really?
No.
Then who is he?
He is a...
Is he just a wannabe Sith?
No, he's part of... What do they call him? Yeah, they call him the Knights of Ren. Kylo Ren isn't even his name.
What a loser.
It's kind of... Think of it like this. Like Darth Maul or Darth Vader, right? Those are only titles, right? Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker.
Like Darth
Vader.
But so now it's instead of Darth, it's Ren?
There is a group known as the Knights of Ren.
So then it's like Darth is turned into Ren.
Kind of. But they're not Sith. They're just warriors.
Well, yeah, considering the Sith are extinct now.
Right. As far as we know, right? But he constructs his own red lightsaber. That's kind of why it's crude, and that's kind of why it arcs away and stuff. It's not really like a well-made lightsaber, you know?
Actually, it is. Did you watch the, what is that called? That guy, he talked about how that lightsaber would actually help in combat.
Yeah.
From avoiding your hand being cut off.
Well, there's that. It's
that guy's name.
It's a well-made idea. The thing is, it's a crudely made lightsaber. Like, as in the lightsaber, the light part.
Oh yeah. Like it's very like unstable.
Yeah, it's very unstable. It's not like the normal lightsabers.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Just a beam.
I see what you mean.
So he's not a Sith. He doesn't have any force powers. As far as we know. As far as we know.
True. That is true.
I mean, but he's part of the Knights of Ren. He doesn't have a master. He's not trained by anybody.
Okay. What you said there. You have a theory of his master.
Yeah. Well, hold on. We'll get to that.
You sure?
Yeah.
It seems like a good place to say that.
So he is a Darth Vader fanatic.
Yes.
Right? Which is kind of cool.
Who isn't?
Well, but
he's amazing.
But he has like this fascination with Darth Vader, right? And so I think that's kind of cool, right? He kind of idolizes Darth Vader, so he kind of makes himself look like Darth Vader. But that kind of leads me into
what
my
you're
theory.
saying.
Now I have no idea if this is right or wrong.
It sounds like it could be right.
There's two parts of it. One that's absolutely absurd.
Do not say the absurd one. Do not say the absurd one. I know what it is. Do not say the absurd one. Just say the main one, because that is a good one.
Okay, the good one, right?
Yes.
Is I think Kylo Ren is Luke Skywalker's original apprentice.
His first apprentice.
His first apprentice. Because at this point, I think they said it's like 40 years after the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. Everybody's older.
Yes.
Really old. So what I think it is Kylo Ren, we don't know his real name, right? Could either really be just Luke's son, for one, right?
Could be.
Could be Luke's son. Or he's just a apprentice that Luke kind of adopted and kind of tried to build up the Jedi Order again.
Or maybe he felt the strong force in him.
Right. And so what I think is Kylo Ren's really fanaticism towards Darth Vader began with Luke.
Yes.
Because Luke was like, my father was Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
He was just misled into the
and he thought that he knew Darth Vader's true
because
power.
One of the things that Jedi need to learn is the dark side of the Force, right?
Yes.
They don't need to learn how to use it, but they need
to understand it.
Understand what it is and why
how to stay away from it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think when he was like, my father was led away
mm-hmm.
from the good side of the Force to the dark side. And he was Darth Vader. He had this great power. He redeemed himself in the end. So you can come back from being bad, essentially.
Yeah, Darth Vader did.
Right, Darth Vader did. So Kylo Ren was like, oh, well, maybe, maybe I got to see more into this dark side and kind of figure out what's going on there. I don't know. That might not be true, especially because he's part of the Knights of Ren, which are a special combat group or mercenary. I don't know if they're mercenaries, but they're like their own order.
What if what if he was already a part of that group,
right?
And then infiltrated, quote unquote, and got to Luke and got him to train him as a Jedi, and then used that power of the Force for the Ren's group.
Right.
And then left him and then used that power for them.
Right. So kind of teach them what it is. I don't know.
Considering there are no other Siths or Jedi to be found.
Right. I don't know. It's so interesting to me. I'm so intrigued by Kylo Ren's story.
Yeah.
Right? Because it is a huge mystery.
And even so, we barely know anything at all about him.
We don't know anything about him. I mean, J.J. Abrams talked to Entertainment Weekly about kind of like what his philosophies are. And
all they said was he's a fanatic of Darth Vader.
He's a fanatic of Darth Vader. He's part of the Knights of Ren. Kylo Ren isn't even his real name.
Yeah, but it's like his Sith name.
Yeah.
Kylo isn't... He probably has a real name.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is going to be the big reveal.
Yeah.
He's going to come out maybe not in The Force Awakens. Maybe in episode... Maybe in episode 8. He comes out and he's like, I am actually...
this guy.
Somebody Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, or he could come back and be like, my name is something Solo. And the daughter, or the son of Leia and Han. Which would kind of tie back into the whole... because Han Solo has a huge part in this movie.
I think more of a part than Leia or Luke.
Yeah, for sure.
He's gonna have a huge.
I mean, he's in the trailer all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you see him in all the production pictures, and
heck, he even broke his leg for the occasion.
Yeah, so I'm very interested to see what Kylo Ren's story is. Especially.
Okay, now that we got the real theory out of the way, what is your other ridiculous theory?
My ridiculous theory is that...
Get ready for this.
Kylo Ren is actually Luke Skywalker.
No.
And here's why. I think something happens where Luke goes to the dark side.
See...
Because you kind of see it at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Kind of?
Because Luke starts to almost succumb
That is only because the original ending for the movie was that he was going to become Darth Vader.
Yeah.
In that movie.
Right.
He was going to put on his helmet.
Right. So he starts becoming kind of more like him. He starts idolizing his dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can do this.
But see, that's kind of... if his character wasn't established the way it was in the movie, that would kind of be a good theory. But the way his character was set up, that wouldn't happen.
Because here's how I see it, right? He becomes a hermit. Okay?
Yeah, he looks like it. He turns into Ben Kenobi, basically.
I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen with Luke.
Me either. I don't know what's going to happen.
It's probably an absurd theory that Kylo Ren, because think about it like this. Darth Vader wasn't actually James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
But his voice, he was Darth Vader.
Oh yeah, his voice really brought it together.
Luke could also be Kylo Ren. Like, just pulling a double over on everybody. Like, you see him as, like, this hermit, right? But you never see Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker in the same place.
But there are a few pictures, production pictures, where we see him without the mask, Kylo Ren, with makeup on.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. It's going to be interesting to see.
In fact, go ahead, look up Kylo Ren pictures. Because there's one in particular I'm thinking of.
I don't think... Let's see. You're talking like this?
That, yes.
Yeah.
So, look, I mean, there's a scar on his face.
Yeah.
That's him. That's not Luke Skywalker. That's definitely not Luke Skywalker.
I think it's kind of interesting, though. I mean, he certainly looks evil.
But
I honestly... My first theory...
he looks like he's from Avatar.
My first theory is probably right.
Yeah, it probably is.
Because then I think the John Boyega character is also going to become the new apprentice of Luke.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
We just got a detailed look at the lightsaber.
I think
Ooh.
I think John Boyega is going to become
Well, hold on. Go back to that. Look at that. That looks a lot like the original lightsaber. Look at that.
It does look a lot like it, but it's kind of like crudely put together, like this whole exposed part.
What if that is the original one?
Nah.
No. What if, because it would have been damaged after all those years. What if they remade it in honor of Luke Skywalker?
Yeah, but how would they have made that one?
And
keep the blue one.
What do you mean, and keep the blue one?
Because that one looks a lot like the blue one, right?
Yeah. They could have remade it.
To make it look the exact same?
Yeah, in honor of not Darth Vader, of Anakin Skywalker.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
He could have scavenged Cloud City for that.
He could. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns. You know? There are a lot of unknowns.
Go to there.
To where?
There.
Here?
Yes.
Yeah,
I just like that picture.
That's just Darth Vader's burnt mask. I mean, there's a lot of things that could go on.
Captain Phasma is awesome.
Captain Phasma's gonna be awesome. Gwendolyn Christie.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she'll ever take off her helmet.
She might.
I have no idea what
when it gets cut off.
Well, no, I wonder if she's ever going to take off her helmet, but just to show that she is a woman, or if she is.
You can just tell by the voice.
Or if she's not going to, or if it's going to be more like a Boba Fett kind of thing, where she's going to just
actually,
be
I have
that
a thing.
The entire time.
I have a thing to ask, or question.
Sure.
Thing. It's a woman now, as basically just a super stormtrooper.
Well, like a captain.
Yeah, but aren't all of them, including stormtroopers from the original clones?
Not that. I think they're going to explain that because what happens is
because what could happen is that one of the clones would turn into a female.
Well, no. One thing that they do is they start running out of clones, right?
How would you run out of clones?
Because think about this. They die, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not producing any more clones, then you're gonna run out.
Yeah.
If they keep dying, so then you need people to enlist.
But then where would they find all these people for the dead Empire?
The Empire's not dead.
It pretty much is.
But it was just defeated in that scenario. But it wasn't.
In multiple
it's not dead.
scenarios, it would be considered to be dead by a lot of people.
Now they're just known as the New Order. But they're not really gone. They're still powerful.
They are, but not to the extent of the New Republic.
I don't know. I mean, that picture.
I mean, the Rebellion could take out the Empire. I think it did twice. Both Death Stars gone.
But either way, I think. I mean, they have.
Go up.
What?
What is that?
That? Yeah.
That's weird.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're just looking at random pictures of episode 7 here.
We are excited.
I'm excited as all get out about episode 7. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm really interested to see
It'll be the best one in a long time.
Yeah, it will be. I'm just really interested to see what they do with the story. They seem to be doing it right. The trailer was really good. Okay,
Yes.
I went to go see Sinister 2 about a week ago. And I saw the trailer in theaters. And watching the trailer in theaters was mind blowing. Like, I mean, they got it right. I mean,
also, go back to this picture. Go back to this picture. This is the same ice world as we were talking about earlier.
Sullust, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that what you said about it being a dream might not be true because he has that scar on his face. That may be because of his fight with what's his face.
But he has that mask on when he's fighting him.
Yeah, it could have been slashed off.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Man.
It's going to be very interesting to watch. And see
it's probably
what happens.
worth multiple watches.
And here's my thing about the 7-second Instagram thing. I'm glad I can watch just that and be okay. I don't need to watch anything else.
Yeah, we're going to stay away from everything else.
And I hope J.J. Abrams, and I hope it's not 20th Century Fox anymore, but it's Disney. I hope Disney understands it. I'm pretty sure J.J. Abrams understands it. You don't need to show...
No, you don't.
You don't need to show any more trailers.
Of course.
At all.
Of course, Jurassic World did that a lot, and they became the highest grossing movie of all time.
Well, sure. But here's the thing. That only benefited them, really. Because if you think about it, you and me were excited for Jurassic World.
Yes.
We weren't 100... I mean, but the vast majority of people weren't 100% convinced that it was going to be a good movie.
Yes.
Right? The trailers near the end made it seem like this movie isn't going to be that good. But it turned out to be pretty good. Right? I really enjoyed Jurassic World.
Me too, but it wasn't the sequel we wanted.
It's
Just
the sequel
saying.
I wanted.
Well, then you aren't.
Kind of.
Not.
I kind of wanted more something along the lines of Jurassic
See,
Park,
once again, it turns into its own... The original franchise turns into a branching off franchise now.
Right.
That's what's happened. It's not a faithful sequel. It's a new thing.
But either way,
It's okay,
they
but
needed
come on.
they needed those trailers to convince people like this will be good.
Yes.
Come see this movie, give it a shot.
But then again, Star Wars has a larger reputation than Jurassic Park.
It does, but that's what I'm saying.
People will be like, if there's a new Star Wars, we're going to go see it.
Right. You only need to show that one trailer. Maybe 2 trailers.
I think they already have the 2 trailers.
They only need to show those 2 trailers, and that's it.
Yes. That's all they need. That's all they need.
That's all you need.
Honestly, if they release another trailer that spoils something, that it always happens. It always happens. It always takes away from the enjoyment of the movie.
It does. It absolutely does. And I want things to be a surprise when I go see it, right? And what I love about this movie so much is I've watched the 7-second teaser.
Yes.
I've watched all of the other official trailers, like the big long ones, like the 3-minute ones.
Comic-Cons.
I've read the Entertainment Weekly like picture stuff and read all through it, right? Not once have I been like anything has been spoiled, but if anything, I have more questions and I'm ready to see it.
Hence, Kylo Ren loving Darth Vader.
Right. And
Which is just like, what could that mean?
But the thing is, I think everybody's like that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And they don't need to do anything because they have people's attention. They have people's attention, don't need to release anything else. And I don't think they will. To bring this back to video games, Fallout 4 is doing the same thing, right? They showed off the trailer and gameplay at E3, okay? However, they're not showing any more gameplay until the game launches. They've already...
See, that's the mistake that Battlefront is doing.
Right.
They're having a lot of alpha gameplay being shown.
Right.
Not that I'm not talking about the trailer. The trailer is fine.
Right.
I'm talking about the actual people that are allowed to record them playing.
Right.
That aren't that good at the
I think
game.
it looks pretty good.
For alpha, it looks good, and it's
Yeah.
not. When it gets to beta, and then when it gets to full release, it'll be an amazing game.
Yeah, I'm excited for that game. But that's what I'm saying. Like Fallout 4, right? It's not showing any more trailers. It's not showing any more gameplay. It's not going to discuss any more of the story until the game comes out. Because they know...
Movies and video games should take note from that.
Right.
That you don't need to show off too many trailers about the plot of the movie.
Right. When people are excited for something, right, and you know they're excited, you don't need to release more things.
No, you don't.
You already have their attention. They're already going to go see the movie.
When they do that, they're treating people like idiots. Like they can't remember what they're going to go see.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, let us do this ourselves. And let us go see.
Trust your audience, right?
Yes.
Trust your audience in their intellect.
They will pay it. They'll pay back your patience by
the thing is,
a lot of
there's
money.
a difference. There's something to be said if you release one trailer and then the movie comes out. I'm more likely to go see that movie twice.
Absolutely, because you wouldn't have catched everything.
Right.
But with all these trailers, you feel like, well, I've seen practically half the movie from these.
I saw Jurassic World twice, right? I didn't necessarily need to go see it twice, but I did anyway.
Because you pretty much already saw it twice the first time you watched it because of all those trailers.
After I watched it the first time, you go back and watch those trailers, and you're like, oh, yeah, I remember that scene. I remember everything that happened.
Yeah.
I can piece it
Star
together.
Wars, I feel like, is going to be a complicated watch. That
Star Wars,
deems at least 2 watches.
Maybe.
I'm going to call that. I'm going to call that. It's going to have at least 2 watches for you to catch everything.
I'm also very interested to see how long this movie is.
I'm going to say it's probably about 2.5 to 3 hours.
I bet it's not a 3-hour movie. I bet it's 2.5 hours.
At max, it's 3 hours. I'm going to say it's 2.5.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2.5 hours.
So, like, 2:45.
If it's an hour and a half, they're doing something wrong.
They are doing something wrong with that. It's not going to be that long.
How long was
short?
How long was Return of the Jedi?
I think it was like 2 hours. I think they were all 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours is a good time.
2 hours is a good time.
But for this, I think it'll be 2.5 hours.
I would say like 2:45 because I feel like there's a lot to be brought up in here.
There's a lot to be brought up, but the thing is, they don't need to make the mistake of it can't become too fan servicey, right? You can't have too much like,
2 hours 16 minutes is episode 6.
Okay,
so that sounds
maybe
right.
about 2.5 hours. So they don't need to become too fan servicey. They don't need to do something where it's like, we're going back to Tatooine.
That's another thing that was a problem with Jurassic World. It was a lot of fan service.
There was a lot of fan service in Jurassic World, but not as much as there could have been.
Yes.
There was really only one fan service moment.
And that was when they were first getting to the island with the music?
No.
Really?
No, it was the visitor center, when they went to the visitor center. And they saw the night vision goggles, and
oh yeah,
that was very fan servicey, but that was good fan service.
There's another scene where they're in that old. Oh, you're talking about the old visitor center?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm talking about. Like, that was the only fan servicey moment in that movie.
Yeah.
Really.
It was great.
I'm afraid. I don't think it'll happen, but if Star Wars does a thing where it's like, we're going back to Tatooine, don't forget that Jabba the Hutt's dead. You know. Well, they're not. They're going to Jakku.
Yeah, which is a good choice.
Right.
Because, like, I've never been to Jakku, but I can already say, like, there's nothing left on Tatooine.
Right.
All this is a dust world. There's nothing else to be done.
Right. Or if they go back and they're like, we're going back to Tatooine. Why?
Why?
I heard the Sarlacc's dead and Boba Fett's back. And it's
okay, no, they don't have to go there. They can talk about that. They can be like, well, Boba Fett escaped. Or, no, they could just...
I don't think they need to talk about Boba Fett at all.
I don't think Boba Fett would be in it.
I don't... yeah, that's the
thing.
He's
too old.
Well, no, not that.
He must have... No, okay. He was like, I think, 10 or 11 in Phantom Menace. When episode 6...
You mean Attack on Clones.
Attack on Clones. And then when episode 6 came by, he must have been in his, like, I guess...
30s.
30... Maybe late 30s, early 40s. And now here it is, 40 years later. He's like 85 or something like that.
Yeah.
He's too old.
Well, maybe that, but also it's kind of like, they don't need to talk about him at all.
Yeah, they really don't.
They don't need to do anything like
In fact, you could probably just save him for Rogue One. He'd probably be a huge role in Rogue One.
Rogue One, well, maybe.
Yeah. He worked for Darth Vader.
Yeah, he worked for Darth Vader getting
Han Solo
and all that. But
that's where it could have started. That's where he could have been.
Yeah.
In fact, that's where all of the bounty hunters could come in.
Yeah.
And then come episode 5, he could have been like, all right, I need you guys back here.
Yeah. But they also don't need to be like Like, they don't need to have... They have R2-D2.
They do?
Do they have C-3PO in this one?
Yes. Before episode 4, R2-D2 and C-3PO are together.
Here's what they don't need to do. They don't need to have, like, those fun conversations between C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yes.
They don't need to have a conversation between the two and be like R2 says, brr, 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 whatever he does, and C-3PO goes like, oh, what do you mean I'm Ewok food again? Like, they don't need to do anything like that.
They might need to be like, for the first time.
Don't forget, I'm
no.
the Ewok King.
For the first time,
something stupid.
It would be actually good if they did this. If R2-D2 started to beep, and then C-3PO's like, for once, I have to agree with you on that. And then they just walk off. And during like a fight or something.
Okay, something like that is
only
fine.
That is fine.
Something like that is fine, but something where they reference the old movies again or something?
That's impossible.
Yeah.
Because one, their memory was wiped, and they haven't even lived the next one.
I mean, you can't go back, and you can't have like Han. I mean, Han can talk about.
Han isn't even involved with Rogue One.
Well, I'm talking in Episode 7.
Oh.
They
okay.
like fan service in Episode 7.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about Rogue One.
Right. They can't be going back and doing like those things with those. They also can't do something like Han can't talk about Lando, right? Unless it makes sense to talk about Lando.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Right?
Yeah, it stands out. Like, why would you say that?
They can't have a Hobbit Part 3 moment.
It's gonna be there though.
Where at the end of a Hobbit Battle of Five Armies.
Oh yeah,
when they have the
that.
Elf King turn around to Legolas and be like,
spoilers. Come on, is that the end of the movie? I know.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, fine.
Whatever.
Okay.
But if when he turns around and he's like, go find a man named Strider.
Yeah.
And all this.
He's at like.
Yeah. He's one of the Rangers.
What's that
he's
tavern called?
King of Gondor or something.
What's that tavern called?
The Dancing Pony.
That's it.
But they're like, go find Strider. His name is Strider, and it's like, did you really have to say that?
Barf.
You don't need to say that.
You don't need to say. People know this if they watch the other ones or even read the books. They're like, yeah, we already know this.
Yeah,
like,
you don't.
Come on.
You don't need to say that, and I don't think they're gonna make that mistake.
They might, because every single franchise that has a new movie has done that.
Well, I don't think they'll do it to that kind of extent.
Let me tell you something. Jurassic World has done that.
Right.
The Hobbit has done that. This is a weird one, but Rocky Balboa has done that.
Right.
Terminator has definitely done that.
I haven't seen the new Terminator, so I don't know about that one.
They did do that.
Well, the Terminator,
it's bound to happen.
I know Terminator. It was weird because it had to do fan service stuff because it went back in time to the original movies.
Yeah. So
it's kind of hard not to do that. But
no, I mean, like, it had blatant references towards the other movies.
Here's one thing. Like, what was I gonna think? What was I saying? What's one movie I saw recently with good fan service? I can't remember. I can't remember the movie I was going to talk about.
Even Predators had bad fan service.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen. It's unavoidable because people eat it up.
Another J.J. Abrams movie.
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek.
Star Trek, yeah.
No,
Star Trek 3.
Star Trek, Star Trek 3 is coming out.
Yeah.
But the first two Star Trek movies, they did fan service in a very good way. Right?
Yeah, they had Leonard Nimoy on there.
Right. But they did it in a very...
They did it in a smart way.
In a very smart way, right? They had trebles in there, and they had take the ship from the Mudd affair, which is Mudd's women, an episode of Star Trek, right?
Huh.
Something that Star Trek fans can pick out and stuff.
Like very small, missable things.
But don't make it an obvious fan service point. Easter eggs. Easter eggs are great.
Missable facts or missable relations towards the other movies are amazing.
Or the original series or whatever.
It takes true fans to actually point them out and see them.
Right.
And that's what they all need, not just like, oh, so this happened, and now we're talking about it for no reason.
Absolutely.
Again, it's treating us like we're idiots, and we're not fans. Like, we couldn't pick up on this by ourselves.
Exactly. So, I don't know. But yeah.
That's all about it.
Okay.
Anything else to talk about?
No. I think that was a very good podcast. I mean, we're sitting about a half an hour here. So
Okay, good. That's
pretty good.
That's a stopping point.
yeah, it's very good.
All right, that was the Sci-Fi Super Show, episode 1 for season 2.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Audacious Gamer, and go over to Nick Stins on YouTube. Be sure to like, share, subscribe on there as well.
If you're watching this on my channel, go over to Audacious Gamer. But if you're watching it on Audacious Gamer, go over to my channel and subscribe me for once.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
And be sure to check us out at audaciousgamer.com.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
and
have
all
a
that,
they
yeah.
have a website that's about to go up, or it's probably already
Well,
up by
it's
the
up.
time by the time this is on the internet, it'll be up.
Yeah, it'll be up.
But when we're talking, it's all weird time.
It's all over the place.
Did you watch that podcast I made where I discussed time and time travel?
No.
I went into full detail, and
Well.
I got it down. No, I got it down.
That's pretty nice. Anyway, we'll see you next week, right?
Goodbye, that is all.